Hey guys, are you looking for a nice movie to watch this weekend? Then you should definitely watch Jack Ketchum's The Girl Next Door. This movie is directed by Gregory Wilson, who has also directed Goal and Home Invaders. This movie is inspired by the true events surrounding the killings of Sylvia Likens and by Gertrude Bazowski during the summer of 1965. Anyway, let's watch the trailer.
One sound down here, and I'll kill the both of you.
Nothing in my life has been right since the summer of 1958.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Time when even the guilty displayed a rare innocence.
See anything?
Not even a goddamn elbow.
Hold it. Wait.
He wants to sleep over there again.
What, next door?
I'm Meg. I'm David.
There are two young girls living at the Chandlers now.
So?
I hear you met her. Oh, your cousin. Yeah, down by the rock. Cute too, ain't she? What's that?
They were in an accident.
Both parents died too. Mom says they must have died instantly.
He just dropped by to get this to David.
She's something, isn't she? Mrs. Chandler must love having her around.
Tent worms. I'll do this one, and you can do the rest, okay?
I don't want to. David,
Hey, Meg, how's it going?
I haven't eaten in almost 2 days. Ruth hates me. We all do.
I don't care what you do anymore, bitch! Your sister is a goddamn bitch!
Nothing I ever do is right.
Doesn't sound like the roof I know.
Not so fun when it's your precious sister getting slapped around. Teach you to pick on people your own size.
You brought a cop here. After my mother!
Best policy, mind your own business. That's how you stay out of trouble.
So you think any more about it?
About what?
Getting Meg into the game?
We got our own game now.
You want to think about one thing, girl. Well, two things, actually. First, it could be your little sister hanging here instead of you. And second, I know some of the bad things you've done, and I'm kind of interested to hear them, so maybe this confessing isn't such a kid's game after all. I can hear it from the one of you, or I can hear it from the other. You just think about that.
So how did you guys find the trailer? When I first saw the trailer, I really thought it was boring and it was a waste of time. But you guys should really watch the movie. You won't regret it. If you're curious in how and where I came to find out about this movie, I found out about it in Forbes' Top 10 Must-Watch True Horror Stories. Anyway, let's talk about the movie. This movie starts with David Moran witnessing a hit and run by a car which made him reflect on his past in 1958 when he meets two adolescent girls, Meg and Susan Laughlin, who upon losing their parents in a car accident are sent to live with their aunt named Ruth Chandler, a sadistic psychopath, and their three cousins, Willie, Ralphie, and Donnie. As a child, David is the next door neighbor to the Chandlers. Aunt Ruth allows the children of the neighborhood to travel freely in and out of her house. The conflict starts when one day David arrives at the house to find Meg's cousins tickling her. When Ralphie brushes her left breast, she knocks him to the floor, warning him to back off, and runs from the room. Ruth punishes Susan for Meg's actions, as Meg's cousins hold her back. Ruth then takes the ring that Meg wears around her neck, which belonged to her mother. A few days later, Meg stops a policeman named Officer Jennings and tells him what happened. As a punishment, Ruth and her children and their friends bind Meg in the cellar with her hands tied to the rafters. They play a bizarre game of confession, and when Meg has nothing to confess, she is stripped naked. They blindfold her, gag her, and leave her there. A while later, Meg is untied but refuses to eat, claiming that her mouth is too dry from dehydration to swallow it without choking. Ruth again punishes Susan for Meg's disobedience. The kids of the town treat her like a plaything, beating, cutting, and burning her. They be- David tries to tell his parents, but is unable to do so. Officer Jennings eventually arrives at the house, having had his suspicions raised after a local boy talked to him. However, he leaves finding nothing. Isn't the movie exciting? So if you want to know what happens next, you must watch the movies for yourselves. And before my movie review ends, I want to share the lesson that I have learned. In the movie, from what I have seen, David wanted to help Meg from the beginning, but was unable to do so because he was scared and he thought that he couldn't do it because he was just a child, and he even got a wrong advice from his father telling him to mind your own business. And when he was able to rescue Meg in the end, he apologized for being so useless in the beginning, and Meg just told him, "It's what you do last that really counts." That's why for me, in this movie, that's the lesson that that if you mess up in the beginning, if things doesn't go as you plan, you can really you can really fix it up in the end. You shouldn't just leave it, messed up from the beginning until it ends, because each of us has the chance to fix everything, make things work, no matter if it is in the middle of the situation or in the end. What matters is you have to fix, or you have to patch things up before they end. But for me, it's still better to patch things or fix things from the very beginning so you won't face any problems in the end. But yeah, that's the lesson. And oh yeah, I want to remind you guys something. If you plan to watch this movie with your kids, or with your little brothers or sisters, then you should really, close their eyes during the scenes which aren't suitable for their age. So that's one thing. Oh yeah, by the way, wait, let me show you. Ah, let me show you this. As I said in the beginning, this movie is inspired by true events, so I just wanted to show you the picture of Sylvia Lakens, who in the movie was Meg, and the picture of Gertrude Bazowski, the Ruth in the story. That's all for my movie review, and thanks for watching.